Okay. We're back once again. A little bit early this week because we got shit to do later in the week. But also a lot of shit went down.
Yeah.
By the way, I almost forgot our trademark.
That's right.
Dave.
And Dave.
Welcome back to the Sports Rant.
Word up.
Okay.
This is like Christmas.
Yes, it is.
It's like the busiest
It ain't
I've
July,
ever seen it.
but it's Christmas.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen it this busy and so many key players being traded and dropped and picked up, at the beginning of free agency in a very long time.
Does this have any concern for anybody as far as the strength of the draft?
Say,
with all the free agent acquisitions,
right?
Okay, everybody that can spend money is spending their money,
right?
Okay,
right.
They're not waiting to see who's vying for whose services. You really don't see a lot of back and forth between teams bidding for certain players. Mm-hmm. Okay, whereas years past, all right, this team is offering this much, and you got another team up in the ante. You don't see that a lot right now. You just see dudes are just signing with other teams.
Right.
Okay, and it seems like these teams right now who do need to fill a lot of holes ain't waiting for the draft.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't blame them for not waiting for the draft. You have a case of unknown against a case of known. You know what these players are doing.
True.
And like we said, it's not like it's a bunch of bums being passed around. There's some pretty good
These
players
some
being
good
passed
names,
around.
yes.
So
Pro bowlers.
Yeah, what you do is you rack up. The Jets had to spend money. The Browns had to spend money. So you spend the money and then you see where you go from there.
Yeah. Okay. You want to start off with some of these acquisitions?
Let's start it off. Let's start it off, baby.
So obviously we're from New York,
right?
So what's the biggest shit that went down?
Well, it depends on who you're asking.
Well, either way, it's big.
It's big.
Both teams. It started last week with the Giants shipping Olivier Vernon to Cleveland for Zach Zetzel, or however you pronounce his name.
A guard,
but presumably one of the best passing guards in the league right now.
Right.
So that does speak volumes for the Giants trying to fix the offensive line. Whether it's Eli, whether it's Haskins, with someone else, they're trying to address that line. And they're addressing it with these guys young and under rookie deals, cheap deals.
Right.
So, with all due respect, Olivier Vernon was a beast in the past, but the future ain't guaranteed, and that was a lot of money against the cap.
And they followed that up with
OBJ.
See ya.
Wait.
See ya.
What's your name for him?
Odell. Get up out of here with your sweet ass.
I was torn when I first heard he got traded. Okay? But then I learned the details of the trade. And I gotta say, I ain't mad. First off, you talk about the drama. All right? I was willing to live with it, but it got a little bit too much,
When did it get too much?
Even after he got the money, he didn't stop, and that whole shit with Lil Wayne and the interview with Josina Anderson, where, indirectly he kind of called out Eli,
Which is what he was doing the entire season.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But getting on the trade, I'm not mad. I'm not mad because now the Giants have 2 first-rounders. We got 12 picks in this year's draft overall. And we got back Jabril Peppers. We already let Landon Collins walk out the door. I'm sure he's going to have something to say about that $84 million for 6 years.
Sure am.
Even though Landon Collins is a 3-time Pro Bowler. Jabril Peppers, not a strong rookie year, but he was kind of misusing Cleveland. They really, really played him way off the ball whenever they started their defensive sets. So the distance he had to cover to try to catch up to whoever's carrying the ball was ridiculous. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how the Giants use him. Giants have also picked up, what's that kid's name? Bethel.
Antoine Bethea.
Thank you. From the Cardinals.
Old Man River.
He may be old man, but he can still ball.
He can play. I'm not sure about balling.
But you know what?
Those days are far behind.
You know why he's there, though? Because defensive coordinator already knows how to use him. And he's probably there to help teach Peppers.
Yeah, he plays free safety.
And he plays free safety. So you could have him in free safety. You have Jabril, strong safety. I think you set up nicely going forward. But I'm also pleased for this trade because in my time, I've always said I want to see 3 teams win a championship. I got the Cubs in 2016. All right? I don't root for the Cubs, but of all the teams out there I want to see win championship, Cubs were one of them. You go 108 years, 110 years, however long it fucking was, you want to see that team win, except for Boston. The other 2 teams just happen to be Cleveland-based. The Browns and the Indians. Long time between championships for those teams. I want to see that happen. Now with OBJ and Jarvis Landry and David Njoku
and
Carlos Hyde,
Kareem Hunt
after his 4-game suspension is up, or however many games they give him. They got a strong offensive line. You got a mobile quarterback in Baker Mayfield who knows how to throw that ball.
No excuses for that.
No excuses. And the very same guy who took over at OC last year during the big change, Freddie Kitchens, is your head coach.
Right.
I think, especially with all the turmoil in the AFC North.
Hold on. We still talking about the Giants, right?
But we're talking about the OBJ trade.
Okay.
And how it affects.
All right.
I think that Cleveland comes out on top next year.
Okay. On top meaning what?
Meaning they win the AFC North.
Okay.
Possibly in contention for one of the first 2 bye weeks.
Okay.
First 2 spots. Top 2 seats.
Gotcha.
But on the Giants, like I said, I can't hate. The only problem I have with this overall is the cap hit. $16 million against the 2019. It's actually a little over $16 million, but still, $16 million against the cap hit. And you had, of course, Gettleman misleading. I was saying it. I really don't trust Gettleman. Gettleman was out there saying, we didn't sign the trade. Guess what you just did? You traded the fucker.
Yeah.
Got to see how he does in the draft, though. We may have 12 picks.
I mean, you better get at least five players out of this draft.
At least 5?
At least 5.
Look, you got the number 6 and the number 17 in the first round.
Right.
With that 6, they're walking away with a quarterback. Whether that be Haskins or Drew Lock. Okay? It's not going to be, damn, I can't think of...
Daniel Jones?
No. Oklahoma. Murray. Ain't going to be Kyler Murray. It's either going to be Haskins or Drew Lock. If someone takes Haskins at 4 or 5 with Tampa Bay, or there's another team out there, too.
Or if y'all decide to trade up.
I wouldn't.
I know you wouldn't, but they might have to if they really want Haskins, if they really want him.
If they really want Haskins, but I think Drew Lock showed enough at the combine. He'll probably show more at his pro day. That if you're gonna sit this guy for a year, you let Eli finish out. Damn, that's an early burp. Then guess what? I'm comfortable with it either way. You know, they're gonna get a quarterback with that first pick. Second pick. Has to be a tackle.
Offensive tackle.
Because there's no way Quinnen Williams at defensive end is going to fall all that way.
No way he's making
No way. He's probably going number 3 to the Jets.
Quinnen Williams might go number 1. Who knows? You know?
Yeah,
it's possible. It's possible.
Anything's possible.
It's possible. All right. So, with the Odell trade, okay? As a person who's in the NFC East, I was both happy and sad this happened. Odell has been destroying the NFC East since he's been in the league. He's destroyed the Redskins. He's destroyed everybody, basically. But it hasn't yielded wins.
Nope.
And really, wins is why a player is on your team. When you guys got him, I was so happy. I mean, we all, doubled down on his contract.
Yeah.
I was ecstatic. He's a malcontent and a jackass and a dickhead and a hoe-ass dude.
Diva.
And he's a diva. He's a diva. When he
Which,
took,
in all fairness, most millennials are divas.
Exactly. When he somehow gathered the wide receivers, vets and kids alike to go to Miami during the playoff week, I was ecstatic. I said, "This is their leader.
Yeah.
This is the person they're following.
Yeah.
It can get nothing but better from here on out." And in 2 years, they won 4 games with this so-called best wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah. And something else I had to remind myself. Again, before I saw the overall acquisitions the Giants got. my initial reaction was I was not happy. But then I had to also remind myself, when's the last time a superstar wide receiver helped a team win a Super Bowl?
I've been saying this for years. It's been since Marvin Harrison and what's his name? What's
Jerry
his guy's
Rice. You got to go back to Jerry Rice, baby. Marvin Harrison was good. Marvin Harrison was not great.
You mean like, okay, all right.
Also,
I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
I'm saying
because I don't believe
Rice.
he was either. But I'll take that. I'll take that.
You look at some of the top receivers in this game. Randy Moss does not
They don't
have
win
a
chips.
ring.
They don't win chips.
You look at the way New England has been winning year after year after year.
Name me four wide receivers.
No main wide receiver. Their best weapon is the fucking brick house that is Gronkowski. And he doesn't even factor mainly into the Super Bowl victories.
That's
not with receptions.
Dave, that's been my argument for at least 5 years when it comes to paying diva wide receivers.
He grabs the ball, he runs people over, that's his job. He's fucking what, 6'5", 6'6"? Yeah. He's a fucking Sherman tank. Receivers, you'll never find a star receiver on the New England Patriots that's going to help him win a championship.
So, there's that. So I was happy about him getting out the division. For the Giants, I think it's a very good trade for them for the reasons I stated earlier. Mm-hmm. You know, him being a diva wide receiver, they're not needing it. Plus, them not needing that kind of guy on their team. Plus, it was a horrible contract, $18 million. It hamstrung them. It's the reason why y'all weren't able to sign Collins.
It's one of them, yeah.
You know, y'all got back a haul for him. You know, you got to eat some money, but that's all right. You know, it wasn't like y'all were going to the Super Bowl this year anyway, so whatever. Jabril Peppers, he came on last season.
Yeah,
And if you put him closer to the line, he's fast, he's strong, he hits hard, he's a good tackler. I think y'all came out like fat rats.
Yeah, we did. Now, the Browns, I think, with everything they acquired,
which is what?
Well,
you got Kareem Hunt,
you got
Odell,
Kareem Hunt,
Sheldon Richardson.
You got Chubb, you got Kareem Hunt, like you said. Olivier Vernon.
Sheldon
now
Richardson.
You got Sheldon Richardson is another one. Jesus, they're set up to make some noise. It's going to be short term though. So for Cleveland, it's going to be win or bust within the next 3 or 4 years because a lot of these younger cats, they're gonna want to get paid in 3-4 years. Yeah. Especially Baker Mayfield, if it turns out to be the real deal.
Hold on a second. And they got mad draft picks.
They do.
You got to take that in consideration.
So we got to see. But right now, John Dorsey, who's the GM of the Cleveland Browns, he's coming out there smelling like a sweet, sweet fucking rose. He's looking like a genius right now. The way he's built this up over the last 2 years.
I agree. I'll tell you where I think they failed at. They should have kept my man Greg Williams, son.
Yes, I'll give you that.
Only he of ignorant nature can keep he of ignorant nature in line. He would have slapped Odell right in his face. Wow, shut up.
But
stop arguing with the goalpost.
Cleveland's loss is the Jets' gain. And the Jets signed some pretty good names.
You ain't lying.
Okay.
You ain't lying, man. You ain't lying.
A player I was high on, which just so happens to coincide with the year that Odell Beckham was drafted, hit it.
Who, Jameson?
C.J. Mosley.
Oh, C.J. Mosley. Okay. From the Ravens.
Yes.
Another Bama dude.
Nasty.
Son, C.J. Mosley is nice.
Okay.
And they signed him to big money. The Jets did. But they had a bunch of money to spend.
They did.
And they did spend it.
And they're spending it wisely so far.
Including your boy, Le'Veon.
Le'Veon. Now, he didn't get the money he was looking for.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Yeah,
they got Jamison Crowder, too, which, as a Redskin fan, let me speak on Jamison Crowder. Jamison Crowder is a very good slot receiver.
Yes.
A very good slot receiver. Jamison Crowder's problem is that Jamison Crowder is always hurt. If Jamison Crowder is healthy, he's going to really help the Jets. Getting to Le'Veon, okay? Le'Veon held out last year, right? Mm-hmm. And make no mistakes about this. He didn't hold out. I don't want you excuses to say, oh, he held out for a year to rest his body. He didn't do that.
Nope.
He held out so he can get $18 million per year. he once again overvalued himself.
Yes, he did.
I told you guys when he first began, he was never going to get $18 million a year. So he missed out on $14.5 million, right, to get a guaranteed contract of $35 million, in which he turned down a guaranteed contract for $30 million.
Yep.
So basically, you missed $14.5 million to gain $5 million. For a net result of $9 million loss.
Right.
What was the point? What was the point?
Well,
don't tell me because your body is a year better. Don't tell me that. You could have got hurt. You could have got hurt. You could get hurt your very first snap this year.
You get hurt, and at the end of the day, of everything in this world, there's only one entity that is undefeated in the game of life, and that's time. So even though you're saving a year from the hits, the bruises, the battering, however you want to look at it,
Still a year older.
You're still a year older, which means you're a year slower. The reality is, he's 27. It's a 4-year deal. He'll be 31 at the end of it.
He's not seeing that. He's not seeing all
He's
of that
not
for
seeing
$2
that.
million.
The only thing I say that plays in Le'Veon's favor, if he's successful in the Jets, because it's New York, endorsements.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. If he's successful, what is the successful part? How far are we going with this? What determines success?
To me right now, that all depends on how the Jets approach the offensive line in terms of the draft, because the offensive line, no question, still needs to be fixed.
I mean, but what does that have to do with his success? You said his success.
His success is also based
success?
on Sam Darnold's success.
Okay, so if they go to the Super Bowl, need time to, then he could collect what you call it.
You know what? I'm not even saying Super Bowl right now. Next year
say?
is not going to be a Super Bowl for them, because guess what? As long as Tom Brady's still in fucking New England, sorry.
I tried to get my Jets fans in the group chat saying Tom Brady for Sam Darnold in a first rounder. They ain't fall for it. Go ahead.
Yeah, you ain't getting me on that one either. Brady may be Brady, but he's still going to be 42.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold took a lot of lumps last year. I'm not completely sold that he is elite caliber. I'm not sold any quarterback that came out last year is elite caliber. Baker Mayfield did his thing. You got to do that successfully. Maintain it. Keep growing. Year after year. You hit age 25, that's when we're going to know what you're made of. Okay? That's my opinion. In any sport. Any sport. You keep making the same mistakes at 25 that you were making at 21, problem. That being said, the Jets address the offensive line. They can make some noise with those offensive pieces.
They got a center, I think.
Okay? They got a center. Okay? And because of the, I'm going to call it weakness right now, of the not just the AFC East, AFC South, and quite frankly the AFC North with the exception of Cleveland right now. If the Jets play good ball, they might net themselves 9 wins. 9 wins could get you into the playoffs.
Steelers going to the Super Bowl, by the way.
You on crack. You on crack.
Heard it here first.
You on crack. What's in the glass? I know it's Brugal. What'd you sneak in other one now?
Brugal.
Now lift that higher a little. Lift that higher. Lift it higher. You got the back of the label. There you go.
Brugal.
And that's only one drink.
But I was trying to look through the camera.
Okay.
So yeah. We're talking about the Jets here, right?
Yes.
So as you said, I don't know if they might get to 9-7. I don't know if that's gonna be enough to get into the playoffs, but they definitely improved their team.
Yes.
I can definitely say that. They need to have a nice strong draft a nice wide receiver. If I was them, I'd go for DK Metcalf.
Absolutely.
He's an animal. And we'll see what happens after that. You know, you're gonna get a bunch of rookies. You need to make sure they're good rookies so that you don't have to pay them, and you can let this Le'Veon Jameson Crowder contract come off. Mm-hmm. Speaking of the Jets, they got jerked by a dude named Anthony Barr. a linebacker from the Vikings.
Yeah, that was low.
He was already signed. He was going to sign.
No.
He made a verbal commitment.
Verbal commitment.
Verbal commitment to sign with these guys.
Right.
And backed out at the last minute.
Back to Minnesota.
Yeah, he was going to get paid $14 a year with the Jets. And
What's he getting in Minnesota?
13.5. But you got to factor in, he don't want to move. He's familiar with the system. He's already worshipped over there.
The taxes are higher in this area.
Okay.
The taxes are higher. So, yeah. But Minnesota right now is not going anywhere. The Bears are going to control that division right now. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
I don't know if you can say that. Minnesota is a year removed from having one of the best defenses in the league.
True.
All they have to do is have a nice, strong draft, and they should be fine. Remember, like their two guards and their tackle was on IR before like week 3.
Yes, but let's also remember Minnesota is a lucky bounce and catch away from losing an NFC divisional game against the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah,
New Orleans Saints does not have the defense that the Chicago Bears have.
Okay. But they can compete. It's not like you can just say the Bears are going to run away.
Oh, I'm not going to say they're not going to compete.
You know what I'm saying?
But given the fact that they're coming off a struggling campaign where they didn't even make the playoffs this year.
You got to factor in what happens.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Injuries play a lot of part.
That's why you play. That's why you play.
Part.
You know? And as our friend Brandon Calvo would come in every draft. Oh, the Niners are going to go all the way. We had the best draft.
We got the next Joe Montana.
Oh, my God. And what would I always tell Brandon Calvo?
Sanders.
What was I always telling Brandon Calvo? You got to play 16 first. You ain't played a game yet.
We got the next Joe Thomas.
Okay.
They got the next everybody.
Oh. Ron Jarowski. He just declared Colin Kaepernick the best quarterback in the NFL
to ever play the games. Fucking Brandon, son.
That's not a shot against Colin Kaepernick, but it's a shot at our boy Kid Brandon.
All right. So, also some news. Okay.
Yes.
Now let's talk about some other people that got picked up and traded. Okay, we gotta go to Arizona.
Wait.
What's up?
Wait. We gotta talk about AB.
Hold on. We ain't done yet.
Okay.
Let's save the best for last.
Trades. All right. You want to
save the
free
best for
agency?
last. Yeah.
Free agency. Okay.
The Cardinals got Jordan Hicks from Philadelphia, which I'm happy they did because he was a pretty good player.
Yep.
Terrell Suggs is in Arizona. I'm not feeling that, man. I don't know what happened there. Why would you let him go? And I mean, come on. I understand loyalty is not the NFL way.
No.
But it wasn't like he wasn't productive.
Actually, if you look at his numbers, the last 10 games of the season, he had only 1 sack. He wasn't that productive on tackles. He's up there. He's not a young cat no more.
He's like 15, 16 years in.
Exactly. So, right now, that move to Arizona, that's for money. That's for money. If he has renewed success with the Cardinals, fine. But you know what? You got the Rams. Seattle still to be reckoned with. They may not be the team they were 3-4 years ago. Mm-hmm. And San Francisco's up and coming. We ourselves discussed, especially after that Monday night game against the Giants. The Giants with the tight end. What's the tight end for San Fran again? Shit.
I forget his name.
I know Brandon Cal was probably screaming at the fucking screen right now.
But he's ridiculous.
He's ridiculous.
He was right about that.
And that team is on the cusp of exploding. Mm-hmm. It may not be the 2019-2020 season, but they're close. They're close to contention. Arizona's at the bottom of that. You don't even know who the quarterback's going to be. Even if they draft Kyler Murray, they still got to trade Josh Rosen, or they're going to play him for 1 year and let Kyler Murray sit. Mm-hmm. And Kyler Murray, no quarterback is guaranteed in this league. Doesn't matter what you did in college.
They can't draft. They can't have them 2 boys on the same team.
No, they can't.
They got to get rid of one of them.
But then you're still in flux. You still having the reason Josh Rosen did so poorly, and I'm not saying he would make a great NFL quarterback, But they also have got a fucked up line.
It's because he's Jewish and he doesn't like to study on the Sabbath.
Ooh. Wow.
Fucking with you. The views of David Wilson do not reflect the views of the sports rant in total.
It's Brugal.
Nah, but he's a dick and he doesn't like to study.
I've heard the same thing. But I told you last year I wasn't high on Josh Rosen when it came to the draft.
Fuck with Josh Rosen.
I wasn't high on him.
I didn't think he was going to be great, but I thought he was a good quarterback. Chosen Rosen, baby.
From the games I watch, and I watch a lot of college football. I don't know about you. I watch a lot of college football. The games I saw from UCLA, I wasn't sold. He reminded me too much of Mark Sanchez. Okay? Those down the field passes, he doesn't have the power and he doesn't have the accuracy.
Name me somebody who played on UCLA in the past 4 years. I'll wait.
Exactly.
Only him. He's the only good one. He's the only person that does anything.
Okay.
So,
but
I mean...
Here's the thing, too. Here's what we also got to take into consideration. Who were the top 3 quarterbacks picked in last year's draft?
Rosen, Darnold, and what's his name? The guy from Cleveland. Yeah.
Mayfield at 5'10".
Mayfield is not 5'10".
Okay.
Baker Mayfield is 6'1".
All right.
He's taller than Odell Beckham and he's taller than Jarvis Landry.
Granted,
I saw a picture of all
but
of them.
no one.
He was standing.
No one going into
them.
last year's draft had Baker Mayfield as the number 1 overall pick.
Nah, but has he proved them wrong? He's proven them right, pretty much. Only person that's what?
He's proven them right. He had a better season than any of those other rookies.
Yeah, as in he's proven them right, as in he was the first pick.
Okay. All right.
So
I was
different. Right.
Okay. But no one had him as the number 1 pick.
No, nobody did. Nobody before the draft.
Okay.
But that's what always happens. Nobody had Kyler Murray this year being the number 1 pick.
This is true.
And it looks like he might be.
He might. Yeah,
you know, it doesn't.
You're right.
It is what it is. But let's get off of Arizona.
Yes.
And get on the Ravens. Ravens got Earl Thomas, which I thought he was going to Dallas.
Yeah. You know? But you know what?
$55 million 4 years.
I'm glad he didn't go to Dallas. I think he would have been lost in Dallas.
Why? Yeah.
Dallas sucks.
Are you serious? Their defense was legit last year. They were legit.
I know. I hate Dallas.
Yeah, all right. So you hate it right now. Okay. And they got Mark Ingram over there in Baltimore. They were in the hunt for Le'Veon Bell, but you know the price got too crazy for him. They lost T Sizzle and CJ Mosley, as we said before. The Buffalo Bills. Now this is personal, okay? They got Ty and Seki. I've been telling you for years that y'all should get Ty and Seki. Ty and Seki is a 6'7", 6'8" behemoth of a man, son. He used to play for the Redskins. He was our swing tackle. Mm-hmm. We even considered moving Trent Williams, arguably the top left tackle in the league, to left guard because Ty and Seki was so good at left tackle.
Yep.
We considered this.
I remember.
We considered this.
Yes.
And Buffalo got him for nothing, basically.
That's the amazing part.
You guys needed a left tackle. I don't know why you couldn't have paid him some money.
At the time, we were talking about getting a left tackle. Who was our GM? Jerry Reese.
You know?
And we overpaid for Nate Solder.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And they got Cole Beasley. They got Frank Gore, the ageless one. And Cole they got Beasley, John Brown.
Cole Beasley, that's their gain. That's Dallas's loss. Cole Beasley was a great slot receiver for Dallas.
He wasn't great. He was good.
No.
Cole
for
Beasley
Dallas,
could
I
be
said
replaced.
He was great.
Yeah, I mean, but you could find another Cole Beasley. You know, I mean, Cole Beasley got what did he get? 14.4 per. That's crazy. Guaranteed. No, that was guaranteed. 4 years for $29 million. That's not that bad if you have.
No, it's not bad. And considering, you know, I'm not gonna put him up there with damn, what's the white kid that New England?
Wes Welker?
No.
Amendola.
Yeah, the fucking MVP.
Oh, with the beard.
Yeah.
All
right.
Julian Edelman.
All right, so I'm not putting him in the same category as Julian Edelman because Julian Edelman You saw what he did in the fucking Super Bowl. You saw what he did in
He
playoffs.
does all in every playoffs.
He does. But Cole Beasley is a poor man's Julian Edelman.
Okay, I'll give you that. Poor man Julian
When
Edelman.
it comes to crossing routes on the inside,
Julian
Beasley's
Edelman was
nice.
raised in Beverly Hills. Cole Beasley was raised in West Virginia in the mountains.
okay.
All right, that's how we gonna put it.
right.
Let's see. Okay, the Carolina Panthers. It's not so much to their additions because they picked up a center, but they lost Thomas Davis, who is a very good middle linebacker, and they lost Devin Funchess. Now let me tell you what this is gonna do. This is just gonna give the Cam Newton excuses.
They lost Funchess?
They lost Devin Funchess.
Oh, shit.
To the Colts.
Wow.
That's just gonna give all the Cam excuses another excuse to say he had nobody to throw at. Let me tell you Cam Newton's problem. It's not that he doesn't have anybody to throw at, it's that he can't get them the ball, okay? You had Steve Smith with 3 good more years in him.
Oh, my God.
Couldn't get him the ball. You got my man DJ Moore up there, wasting away under Cam Newton's romper wearing nonsense, Pharrell hat wearing, yogurt endorsing, half a sissy, no sock wearing, suit tight having ass.
Wait, don't forget. Dan and Greek yogurt losing contract.
Yeah. Hoe ass. You know what I'm saying?
But because of the hat, he's happy though, right?
There you go.
Okay.
We got the Chiefs. They got Tyrann Mathieu.
Wow. Yeah, that was huge because
3 years, $42 million.
We all saw what New England did to the Chiefs secondary in that final drive in overtime in the AFC Championship game. That's gonna be a huge piece right there.
Yeah, because you had Eric Berry, but Eric Berry
they released Eric Berry.
They released him. He's played 3 games in 2 years. You can't be claiming that you're gonna pay you all this money.
Nope.
And you ain't playing
Now,
games.
when Eric Berry is healthy, he's nice, but he ain't been healthy.
He's one of the best, but he's not. The Saints got rid of Mark Ingram.
Right. Went to Baltimore.
But they signed their kicker Lutz. Only became aware of Lutz this year because I play fantasy football. He is money.
Yes.
When it comes to the kicks. 5 years.
In
I
fairness,
give it to
though, they play in a dome for 8 games.
Listen.
You still got to make the kick.
He gets the 60-yarders. I give it to him.
Yeah.
My man, all right, Oakland Raiders, they signed Antonio Brown and Tyrell
They traded
Williams.
for Antonio Brown. And then they restructured the deal.
And they got Terrell Williams.
That's an underrated pick.
So they improved. Yeah. For the Chargers, he was pretty good.
He was good.
He wasn't the guy.
No,
he was pretty good for the Chargers.
But in 16 games, 41 receptions for 653 yards.
Right.
All right, that's half of what Antonio Brown caught for last year. Antonio Brown went for 1297.
But he was like the second, third receiver on
exactly. So you know, AB is getting double teamed practically every fucking time.
He's gonna do well for them.
So Williams gonna get his chances.
Assuming Derek Carr can get him the ball. Hold up. So the Chargers got, like I said before, Thomas Davis, which they already took Beast defense and added more to it. They got Tyrod Taylor, which I've always respected. Tyrod Taylor,
Right.
The San Francisco 49ers. I just discovered this.
D Ford.
But hold on. Did you know this? They just got Tevin Coleman.
Yup.
For 2 years. Tevin Coleman is a beast.
Yes, he is.
He's gonna go well with that dude they had from last year. The dude they drafted like the 6th round or undrafted free agent or
San
something.
Francisco's on the rise.
I fuck with Tevin Coleman.
Yes.
Let's see. The Tennessee Titans had Cameron Wake. I guess that's to replace the off-injured, often non-getting to Brian No Sackpo, who retired recently, to sit there and bake cupcakes, like the half a sissy he is. Go fuck yourself, Brian Arakpo.
Well, hey, in all fairness.
What?
I like cooking too.
It's not about cooking. It's about him never getting to the quarterback. Fuck him.
Yeah, he was overrated with Washington, and that was in his prime.
Yes. And now, speaking of Washington, We got Landon Collins, all right, for what, $84 million for 6 years?
I think 45 guaranteed.
45 guaranteed. I didn't like this at first. I don't like spending money. I'm a Jew. I'm cheap. Literally, this is not a slight.
No, yeah, literally.
I'm cheap. I don't like doing this. But I gotta say, Landon Collins, we had a safety position open. Originally, he wanted to go to the Redskins. He's one of these guys. Anybody that says they were a fan of Sean Taylor, and I used to watch Sean Taylor, I beware of. Mm-hmm. No. But, not for the good reason you're thinking. Yeah. It's because they're not gonna live up to it. All these young kids say they were fans of Sean Taylor.
Okay.
None of them live up to it. That being said, I watched Collins play. He's a great tackler. He's a hard hitter. He's not good in coverage, but you name me a safety who is good at coverage, who's holding down the top tier tight ends.
And in fairness, the Giants had him playing free safety.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a strong safety.
Right. But $84 million for a strong safety, whatever.
But you know what? For a defense that was hurting.
Yeah, we needed playmakers. He's a playmaker.
Yes.
So I can't really get mad. We signed him. We signed AP for another 2 years, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, $4 million a year.
$4 million a year. Well, no. $4 million total.
$4 total?
Wait.
I thought it was $8 million.
Yeah, it's $8 million.
It's $4 million a year.
$4 million a year.
Okay.
But I don't think he's gonna get that. I think if this guy Darius Geist works out the way he's supposed to, he should be a beast. But I'm not a believer in him either. Even though I didn't like drafting him, there hasn't been anybody I hope succeeded more than him since Sean Taylor.
Okay.
This guy is like the best thing in the world.
Right.
You get these reports that he has this big ego problem. What does he do? He goes and pays everybody's theater expense and go see movies. Mm-hmm. He challenges people online for $100 to raise money for cancer. Like, he bowls backhanded for charity.
Yes. Gotta respect that. You gotta respect that.
I fucks with him heavy.
That's hard, man.
There's nothing I want more than for that guy to succeed.
Yes.
I was so sorry that he fucked up his knee that first year. Mm-hmm. And he had a great 33-yard run. So I really hope he comes through. I can't count on it. It's the Redskins. He'll probably tear his ACL, MCL, Achilles, back ache, arm ache,
on
headache.
That field, most definitely.
That's what it is. We've lost.
Hold up. Before we continue any further, you mentioned Sean Taylor.
Right.
Raise your glass to Sean Taylor.
ST, baby.
Respect to number 21.
I prayed for the Redskins to draft him. And, he gave me some good years, man. Mm-hmm. So we lost. We cut Zach Brown. A waste of space, really.
Right.
Not really. Jack Brown was a good tackler. He was fast, but he couldn't cover anybody.
No.
All that speed, you can't cover anybody. No. Stacey McGee, waste of space. Preston Smith, signed with the Packers. We cannot draft second rounders.
No.
All of our second rounders suck. Preston Smith didn't suck, but he wasn't worth a second rounder.
No.
And Jameis Crowder, who was like a third rounder, who I said was pretty good if he's healthy.
Now in New York.
So we should get some compensatory picks, as we have been getting. Let's just, continue to draft well, Redskins. So the last thing I wanted to talk about, as far as the NFL goes, was my man Lamar Jackson. Lamar, let my mother do my business Jackson, was recording, like everybody does, records their life away.
Yes.
And basically record himself breaking the law. Going a $1.05, down the highway. Seatbelt indicator on, just to show off his jewels on his wrist like a dumbass. Don't be a dumbass, Lamar. Don't be a dumbass.
Just in general, I don't get young guys that record their fucking crime spree or record themselves doing something stupid. First of all, the fact that you're recording it on a device that automatically goes to the cloud or goes to Twitter or Instagram or Facebook Live, whatever. Are you fucking retarded? I know the stance of that fucking term, okay? I'm a strong advocate for if you have challenges in your life. But guess what? Last time I checked, I wasn't making the Olympics. Okay? That person is not retarded. The person that has access to love to levels that you and I may never know, that person's not retarded. Someone who has complete control of their faculties, was born a regular person, has every advantage of the world, and does something stupid like that, that's retarded.
I'm glad you came back around with that. I didn't know where you was going, but I'm glad you came back around with that. Yeah, he's a fucking retard.
That's stupid.
He's stupid. But you should have known this when he selected his mother to be his representative. You know, not to say these two things are interrelated.
No,
but it speaks on your poor judgment as a whole.
Mama could know what he's doing. She could know what she's doing.
She doesn't. She doesn't. Plain and simple. She doesn't know what she's doing. So let's get to some NBA now.
Wow, NBA. So obviously, anybody who's been watching saw what happened the other day in Utah between Russell Westbrook and a fan. I'm all for protecting NBA players. And yeah, there's certain things you cannot say.
Like what?
At all. Okay?
Like what?
We know what.
Racial epithets?
Yes. However, what was caught, and I'm going to emphasize, what was caught
and
on video and admitted to
parties.
by all parties, there's nothing racial about it. At least, do you see anything racial about it?
You don't see nothing racial about it because there was nothing racial about it.
Okay. We're in a time in history. Motherfuckers are weak-skinned. I'm all for protecting players, and fans have to know where there's a line. The malice at the palace. Ron Artest getting hit with someone's beer. Yeah, wipe them snots.
That's the line.
That's the line. I don't blame Ron Artest for Meta World Peace now, for going into the fucking stands to beat that fan's ass. He deserved to get his ass beat.
He deserved to get fucked up.
Same. What was the fucking the defender from the Seattle Seahawks? You also had a beer thrown at him the other year. He was ready to jump into the fucking stands.
I don't remember these.
Look, sorry.
Seattle Seahawks.
Was it Seattle?
There is no more Seattle Seahawks. It's the Oklahoma City Thunder.
No, you're thinking about Seattle Supersonics.
Oh, the Seahawks.
The Seahawks.
Oh,
Football.
Okay, I got you.
I can't think of the defender's name.
I remember. Was it the defender? Was it a defender?
Was it Bennett?
No, it wasn't Bennett. It wasn't Bennett. I thought it was an offensive guy.
No. I think it was. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The fact
That's
is,
going overboard.
the man's walking off the field
That's
in the game,
overboard.
and someone throws a beer, lands right on his fucking head.
It might have been Bennett.
Okay,
but that's going overboard.
That's going overboard. So yes, the players deserve some protection, but words,
Sticks
words.
And stones.
Thank
Sticks
you.
And stones.
Look, we separated about. What are we, 37 now?
37.
37. Okay, we separated 8 years, but we're pretty much from the same generational thought. When we grew up, that was the fucking slogan. Sticks and stones, break your bone. Words will never hurt me. They're fucking words. Turn your fucking... Guess what? You a multi-million-dollar contract player.
Athlete.
Okay?
World famous.
You in the NBA. You a starter in the NBA.
You worried about what
You're
some
an
spaghetti is
all-star. You've played at a very young age in the NBA Finals. You're striving to get back. You have set the standard for triple-double seasons 2 seasons in a row, setting a record that Oscar Robertson set in 1967, 68. Oscar Robinson. Anybody who's watching basketball now who doesn't know who Oscar Robinson is, go look it up. Russell Wilson did that 2 years in a row. Average triple-double. And you worried about what some fan in the front row is chastising at you at? Fuck him. Because guess what? You a millionaire. And you a millionaire for playing basketball.
And now you're a millionaire minus $25,000 because you got fined for threatening to beat somebody up and his wife.
And him sitting in front of the media, I've never threatened a woman. Well, you threaten a woman now.
Exactly. And you've threatened a woman before. I can tell by your clothes you threatened a woman before. All right? First of all.
You remember them tight capris?
Yeah, whatever his choice, his cougar skin, thong on the outside pants. Whatever. All right? Let me tell you something about Russell Westbrook. Do a Google search, and you'll find this isn't the first time Russell Westbrook has been involved with something with the fans.
Dude, the shit with
it's
the kid.
It's not the second time. It's not the third time. It's not the fourth time. It's not the fifth time. It's not the sixth time. This is what he does. Do you know why? Because he's sensitive.
Yes.
The only people I ever hear sticking up for him are dudes who are sensitive and women. His feelings must be felt. No, they don't. No, they don't. Stop it. You're a professional. You're professional. Be professional.
Well, clearly he's not professional enough. Because you as the professional need to know better than to react like that.
And I don't really find nothing horrible in what you said. Should you have gotten fined? Of course. You can't be threatening fucking you paying customers. But you should have said, like, you know, what was said was, get on your knees like you're used to doing. And he tried to parlay that into being something racial, basically for sympathy. No, it's not racial. He basically called you gay, okay, which you dress like you're a homosexual, which there's no problem. There's no problem with being homosexual, but that's how you dress. You dress like a homosexual, which is fine. But it wasn't a racial thing.
No.
That's for one.
No, it was
and
not.
Secondly, you could have said so many snappy comebacks. Tell your wife to get on her knees like she wants to do right now. Look how she looking at me. Fat ass. You could have said whatever you wanted to.
You could have said something as simple as, yes, I get on my knees to pick up the lower denomination bills as I'm counting my way to the bank, motherfucker.
Well, that would have been corny.
It would have been, but you know what? He could have said something corny.
You could have said something corny. You could have said something corny. You could have said whatever. You didn't have to say that. I understand why they fined you. You should have been fined. You can't be threatening fucking paying customers.
Absolutely not.
I don't understand why they fucking banned this guy from the stadium, the customer, because he has racist tweets. Guess what? Racist people like basketball.
Yeah. You telling me right now, not to put in the level of NBA, you telling me everybody that sends an NCAA basketball game is minded equality wise? No. Because if you look at an NCAA game, majority of motherfuckers in there are either students or they donors. I don't see a lot of ethnic diversity in the crowd.
No.
At an NCAA game.
Racists like basketball. That's it. Racists on black side and racists on white side. Mm-hmm. They like that. They paying their money. Should they be able to say racist things to you? No. Do they say them to you? Probably. Yes. Should it bother you?
And they will always fucking quote the First Amendment.
No. But it is the First Amendment thing.
Yeah. They'll quote the First Amendment, then they'll quote the Second Amendment. Yeah. Like the assholes they are.
You know what? You can say something back to them. Don't run up in the stands like a fucking monkey.
Clap back with something intelligent.
Like 60 points,
okay,
12 rebounds, and 15 assists, and a blowout W, and say, eat a dick, fucking redneck cracker.
How about I get X amount of dollars per game? What do you get per year?
Exactly.
Shut the hell up.
Like, yo, my man's wife, I got 10 G's. Come back to the hotel.
Thank you.
And watch his whole world crumble. You don't have to play their game. No. You can rise above and play a different game.
You ain't never gotta play another racist person's game. Ever. You gotta. This is where that term rise above kind of comes into effect. You gotta rise above. Okay? Look, racism is a bitch. It still exists though. It's never gonna end, unfortunately. Unless we all get in some fucking wild fucking orgy and wind up the same shade the world over. But that ain't gonna happen.
You have to deal with these things. It's always you, Russell Westbrook. It's always you. You're always the one that has to pop off. Get out your feelings.
And
stop being a girl.
The bigger problem here is you're not a kid anymore. You know, when you're young, you do stupid shit. You kind of have that chip on your shoulder. You feel like you gotta react. You're not a newbie. You're not a rookie.
I've never seen Michael Jordan react to the crowd except for when he's scoring 100 points and saying, look at the scoreboard.
All fairness, Jordan takes his heat for not speaking out on social injustices. We're not going to get into that.
We're not talking about that.
But the most you saw Mike pop off was when another fucking pro was talking shit in his face.
And how did he do it? He dropped 60
Go
on
ask Reggie Miller.
And told him to shut the fuck up and go home for the winter, for the summertime.
Go ask Larry Bird. Go ask Magic Johnson.
Go ask anybody. Patrick Ewing.
Okay?
Whoever.
Look.
Stop me.
Stop me,
sissy.
At the end of the day, I've faced my own prejudices against me. Okay? Clearly, do I look Latin? No. Father's Puerto Rican, my mother's Ecuadorian. I'm not Latin enough for Latin people, and I'm definitely not white enough for white people. So I can get it from both ends sometimes. But you know what? There's a simple turn that I've come to grips with to dealing with assholes like this. Fuck them!
Fuck them.
Because you know what? I love my life. I love who I am. I'm going to live my life. Because tomorrow ain't promised. So I ain't going to let some asshole dictate who I am and how I feel. I'm going to be me. So Russell Westbrook needs to be him. Don't fucking acknowledge these assholes.
It's a deeper insecurity within him.
It is. It is.
It's deeper insecurity. It's always you, son. I saw 7 events in the past few years. 3 of them have been in Utah. I get.
Yeah.
You know, they're harsh in Utah. Should they call you racist names? No,
absolutely not. There's no
you
place
have the right to react, but you shouldn't be threatening to come up in the stands. Let violence beget violence. Nobody's violently beating you up or throwing stuff at you. Don't get violent with them. You can use your intellect and your witticism to come back on them and destroy them. You're a millionaire. Let's not forget this.
Thank you.
You're a millionaire.
And you know what? There's an easier way around this. You already know from being in this league certain years where certain cities you're going to get certain reactions, okay? Boston's one of them. Guess what? When you go on the road, have a list of snappy comebacks. Put it in your locker. Check that list before you go play the game. Someone says something stupid to you, take something off that list. It's as simple as that. And definitely don't get into it with no kids, regardless of their background. That shit with the fucking 8 or 9-year-old kid a few weeks back. Come on. Are you serious?
Yeah, I understand why you did it, but come on, it's a little kid, huh?
It's a kid. Yes, it's a sideline seat, and people that sit at the sidelines need to be aware that an NBA player may roll into them. But that's a kid. Ain't gotta be bitching, oh, the kid slapped my leg. Really? Your leg?
I'm gonna give you a suggestion, Russ. I'm gonna give you a suggestion. I'm gonna say the N-word here, right? Somebody calls you the N-word, right?
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Turn around and you say, "Oh, is that her? Yo, she was in my DM begging to suck my N-word dick." There you go. And you destroyed them right there. That's it. Stop it, please. James Dolan.
Wow.
James Dolan.
James Dolan's
You're playing
a bitch.
yourself.
He's a bitch.
You can't do this.
No.
You can't just throw people out of your stadium because
the bands are getting ridiculous. The bands are getting ridiculous. Banning fucking reporters from what? Daily News. He banned some reporters. He's banning fans.
He's insane.
He's banned Charles Oakley.
He's insane.
Come on now.
Because they're critical of the poor job you're doing.
It's a poor job.
You're doing a poor job. So they should be critical. They're paying their money. You should be critical. He got a Michael K show trying to justify it.
I saw that.
It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Stumbling, fumbling, bumbling with his words.
Oh, they set it up so they should be banned. No, I don't give a fuck if they set it up to put it on World Star or TMZ or whatever. So what? So what? They said it.
We live in.
Exactly. You should have ignored it. Once again, you're a billionaire.
Not million.
Billion.
With a B.
They're sitting in the stadium that you rent out. They sitting there watching one of your teams. Eat a dick. Who gives a fuck about what they think? Be the better man. Stop being a sissy.
There's another way about this too, James. Put a winning team on the fucking floor.
Well, that seemed like an impossible mission, because if it wasn't, he'd have been did it.
He ain't doing it. Yeah. And this is why, as much as we discuss free agents, it ain't gonna happen anytime soon.
Nah, niggas are gonna suck for a long time.
Okay,
but
now
we done went overtime. Again.
Okay, we went overtime. But here's one thing I want to pose a question.
Go ahead.
You know, a few shows back, we did our GOATs of the NFL. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling we need to do that for the NBA. You down with that?
Fine with that.
Okay, so if not so much next week, because we got to see what news pops off. Mm-hmm. And of course, you know we're going to rant about it.
No doubt.
We're going to do our GOATs of the NBA. You may not agree. You may tap back on that message board. Guess what? We don't give it to you nonetheless. We don't give a fuck.
And we don't give a fuck. Exactly.
Okay? We going to give you our GOATs of the NBA by position. What do you figure? 2 players or 3 players by position?
3.
3 players. 3 players. You know what? We'll do 3 players because NBA rosters are allowed to carry up to 15 players now. So 3 players by positions. 1 through 5, our GOATs. Not necessarily your GOATs. Our GOATs. You want to debate us? You know where to do it. Until then, he's Dave.
He's Dave.
This was once again the Sports Rant. Lift it. Oh, wait, you empty.
I'm empty. Yeah, I'm empty.
Well, sorry. I'll toast you.
It's fucking Wednesday. I gotta go to work tomorrow.